This is World History Day 19. This is 19C, and we're talking about the writing in China. So, in the end, the Chinese language was composed of thousands of symbols. It was considered that only the upper class had the need to write. We're going to talk about classical China. So, the Zhou dynasty is also spelled with a C sometimes instead of the Z. So, there's the C example for you. There it is with the Z. The Zhou dynasty lasted from about 1027 to some historians estimate 256 and some estimate 221 BC. The Zhou people did overthrow the Shang and created their own dynasty. The Zhou claimed that heaven was angry with the Shang and chose the Zhou to rule instead. So they used the mandate of heaven and the dynastic cycle. As a review, these are the 4 Old World River Valley cultures that we have studied. We first studied Mesopotamia, located just in that heartland of the Tigris and Euphrates, and then Egypt surrounding the Nile, India, largely at first around the Indus River, and then now we're in China studying those empires around the Huanghe, also known as Yellow River. So let's talk about the mandate from heaven. This is what the Zhou dynasty used as their justification to rule. This teaching teaches that God gives a dynasty the right to rule. And in exchange, the ruler must use this responsibility well and rule well. This leads to the dynastic cycle. And there it is again. Future Chinese dynasties after the Zhou and those in the Zhou's family would also claim the mandate of heaven. And then the dynastic cycle, you can look at this circle of rise and fall over time of dynasties in China. It's a lovely painting from China here on this slide to look at. Kind of dreamlike, thoughtful. Let's look at the dynastic cycle as a circle. So let's say you have a new emperor, and this new emperor is eager to rule well, and this new emperor charges low taxes. The weather is favorable and the harvest is bountiful. The farmers are doing well. Everything is considered to be great in China. And then this emperor dies, and the son takes over. And unfortunately, at this point, taxes are raised to deal with a drought and a shortage of food. And everything is considered to be bad in China. And then the son is overthrown. And then you have a new family leading. A new dynasty means a new family, kind of like the royal family. So China used the system of a royal family. If things are going well, that family continues in as a dynasty. If things are going poorly, a new family is going to take over. And here's another picture of the circle. So let's look at it again. Go ahead and write the circle in your notes. Pause the lecture as always if you need to. A new dynasty comes to power. The emperor reforms the government, makes it more efficient. Common people's lives are improved. Taxes are reduced. Farming is encouraged. When farming is going well in China, China is doing well. China has a great respect for farming. Problems, wars, invasions, taxes increased. Men are conscripted to the army. Farming is neglected. That's always a bad sign in China. Government spends more. The government becomes corrupt. And also there are droughts, floods, and famines. Any one of these things could provoke a change in leadership. But if you have all of them, certainly things are bad in China. And then therefore people lose respect for the government. They join the rebels. They attack the landlords. There's an overthrow. There's a lack of respect for authority. Rebel bands find some kind of strong leader, so they have to respect some authority, who unites them and attacks the emperor. So you exchange one kind of dictatorship for another, if you will. The emperor is defeated, and then the new dynasty comes to power. So this is the dynastic cycle, and it's based on the mandate